following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Kicks and finds Johnson for two.
Let's head up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
Friday night and volleyball. Which one of those words does not belong? Welcome to Magnitude Sports here. We are getting ready for this Section 8 AA quarterfinal matchup. The winner of this one will play the winner of Perham and Hawley, and that Perham and Hawley match is also on Magnitude Sports tonight, so we'll keep you up to date on that game so that you know who your opponent is when this game comes to a conclusion. We wish both of the teams best of luck here in this contest today, and we want to thank all the sponsors from Barnesville as well as the sponsors from DGF for making Trojan and Rebel sports, volleyball and football possible this year here on Magnitude Sports, this fall sports season, I should say. And we'll be back with more for both of these teams in the winter as well, so don't you worry about that. We'll have plenty of games for you coming up in the basketball and wrestling and hockey season. Even though these two teams don't have hockey, we will have some hockey for you here on Magnitude this winter as well. I'm certainly looking forward to that. With that said, a special shout out to our special sponsor. We'll call him Hat. We'll call him Hat. And he is bringing us live look-ins because I have to miss one of my favorite teams playing tonight to be here tonight. And Hat has gladly supported, if I can find it. Maybe I deleted it. I don't know. I'm sorry, Hat, if that's the case. But maybe there we go. We got a live look-in of the Colorado Avalanche and New Jersey Devils game tonight, in addition to all of our other coverage. So it looks like they're in a break right now. So we'll bring it back here to our live camera here. But want to say thanks to Hat for his sponsorship so that I don't have to miss the Avalanche game. And I appreciate that, Hat, so very much appreciated. All right, with that said, let's get into your Barnesville Senex pregame show. We'll do that in 30 seconds here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Barnesville Senex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Senex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Senex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Senex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Senex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
All right, welcome back. It's the Section 8 2A tournament here at Barnesville Sports Arena at Barnesville High School in Barnesville, Minnesota. And a couple of familiar foes. You got the Barnesville Trojans warming up on the court right now, and the DGF Rebels kind of standing on the sideline on the right-hand side of the net in front of their bench. The Barnesville Trojans got here via a first-round bye. The DGF Rebels got here the same way they got to this round last year by picking up a 3-1 win over Pelican Rapids. They did that last year, and they did that again this year to get to this matchup here. The DGF Rebels are 10-19 on the season, coached by head coach Tessa and assistants Andrea Anderson, Steph Hansen, and Serena Hansen. While the Barnesville Trojans come into this matchup, 17 wins, 8 losses, head coached by Megan Askegard and assistants Taylor Carger, Maisie Berg, and Maddie Hammond. Let's go ahead and take a look at what these two teams have done so far this season. Like I said, DGF 10-19. And don't let that 10-19 record fool you here. DGF is actually pulled off a couple of big wins late in the season here. They've kind of had an up and down roller coaster season. They lost their first 3 to Detroit Lakes, Wadena Deer Creek, and Pelican Rapids. And in those 3 games, they played 10 sets, won 1, lost 9. But then they'd bounce off with a 2-0 win over Climax Fisher and a 2-0 win over East Grand Forks, picking up 3 other losses in the Ada Borup tournament. They would come out of that tournament with a loss, but then pick up a 5-set win over the Hawley Nuggets. And that's where their season started to show peaks of turning around. After that Hawley game, they would play Hawley again and lose 3-0, and then they would lose 3-0 to Barnesville and 3-0 to Perham, but then they would pick up 2 sweeps back-to-back over Frazee and Thief River Falls. Lose a couple after that, and then win a 3-1 over East Grand Forks. Lose a couple more, win over Le Sueur Henderson. Lose 4 in a row, and then now DGF comes into this winning 3 of their last 4. 2-1 over Duluth, 2-1 over Monticello, and 3-1 over Pelican Rapids. Their only loss in the last 4 matches was back on October 22nd when they would fall 2-1 to Spring Lake Park. So once again, in the play-in round back on Wednesday, they would defeat Pelican Rapids 3-1, and that brings them to Barnesville tonight to take on the 1-seeded Trojans, who are 17-9 on the season. They are 8-4 when playing here at home, while the Rebels, when playing on the road or neutral court, are 10-13. So they played all but 6 of their games. They've only played 6 games at home this year, the Rebels have. So the Barnesville Trojans are 8-4 when playing at home. They lost the first of those 4 home losses to Ada Borup West back on the season opener way back on August 30th. And then a 3-1 win over East Grand Forks, a couple of losses to Hawley and Wadena Deer Creek, and a 5-set win over Perham. And then a couple of losses to Detroit Lakes and Lake of the Woods, but they would sweep Thief River Falls and Wheaton Herman Norcross, come out of the Hawley tournament, third-place winners in that tournament, I believe they were, with a 3-1 win over Underwood and a 3-0 sweep over the DGF back on September 22nd. That was the last time these 2 teams played. And then a couple of losses to Henning and Breckenridge, and then they would go on a 4-game win streak, part of that Barnesville tournament, 2-0 over Battle Lake, Monago, Winnemac, and Breckenridge. They did not lose a set, and they ended up winning that championship of that Barnesville tournament invite, stealing it back from the Breckenridge Cowgirls, who took it last year at the Barnesville Volleyball invite. Coming off that, they get the rematch with Perham on the road, and the Yellow Jackets will take care of business in a 3-0 sweep. They'd bounce out that with 2-0 wins over Staples Motley and Sabika, and then a 2-0 loss to Henning and a 2-0 win over Underwood. And they come into this matchup winning their last 5 in a row. So DGF has won 4 of their last 5, and Barnesville has won 5 of their last 5 coming into this matchup tonight. Underwood 2-0, Park Rapids, Pelican Rapids, and Frazee all sweeps, and Pine River Bacchus on the road to wrap up the regular season 3-1. And that is a look at how these 2 teams have done so far this season. The official standings for the regular season in 8AA South: Barnesville, Perham, Hawley 1, 2, and 3. Pelican Rapids, DGF 4 and 5. Fergus Falls and Frazee, both teams that I just mentioned, now eliminated at 6 and 7. For the 8AA North, it's Roseau, Thief River Falls, East Grand Forks, Park Rapids at 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6, 7, 8 are War Road, Monaga, Crookston, and Red Lake. As we get ready here for the opening announcements, we'll take another timeout here. Actually, they got the band here, so we might keep it here for the national anthem. We'll turn it over to our PA announcer right now.
Please keep them in the stands during the contest. Please refrain from walking on or across the court before, during, and after the event. The concession stand and restrooms are located out the doors on the west end of the gym. Out of respect for the Barnesville school facility, we ask that all...
I'd like to remind you that this evening's game is a featured Bucks for Best game. Barnesville Education Scholarships for Tomorrow, also known as BEST, is run through the Barnesville Area Community Fund and awards BHS senior scholarships each year. Tonight's game time sponsor is Stone Ridge Software. Stone Ridge Software will be donating $50 for every ace the hometown Barnesville Trojans serve up tonight against the DGF Rebels. And we want to say thanks to Stone Ridge Software. And Stone Ridge Software says, let's go Trojans. So thanks once again to Stone Ridge Software. They've been a big supporter. Last time they did the ace thing, I think Barnesville got 1 ace in the match. So we'll see if they get more aces tonight. So
Barnesville Pep Band.
So the band will play, so we'll keep it here. The band, the band's over here tonight. Usually they're in another spot. Kind of hard to see them, but yeah. Hopefully that's the best camera angle I can get. And usually that band sets up right over there. But tonight it is just fans over there, and that's 100% okay. So we get ready for the starting line, opening announcements and the player introductions now here. I want to say hi to Gina watching. Gina, I did get your message. I'll respond as soon as I can. Once again, also tonight on Magnitude Sports is the Perham versus Holly match, and the winner of that one will play the winner of this one in the semifinal / subsection championship. And the site is officially to be determined after talking to a few others and going through a process of elimination. We believe the game could potentially be at Pelican Rapids. So if Barnesville and or Perham gets to that, we will have that game for you here on Magnitude Sports.
Number 2, Ava Johnson. Number 3,
but in a nutshell, they have to wait to see what teams are still in it before they can officially decide the location of that TBD for the semifinal / subsection championship. So Barnesville was in that championship last year. Went to 5 sets with Holly and had a disappointing set 5. And right now, Holly's on the verge. They're 1 win away from potentially meeting up with a 1 way away Barnesville for a rematch, and we'll see if Barnesville can get one back or if Holly would get it. But don't count Perham out, and definitely don't count out the DGF Rebels either. Like I said, these young group of young ladies here have been absolutely phenomenal the past 4 or 5 games here. Coming into this one, winning 4 of their 5. And I don't suspect this one to be an easy walk in the park for Barnesville tonight, as some may have thought that might be the case. It's definitely not the case.
It's time to introduce your Lady Trojan.
Nice crowd on hand here tonight for this Section 8 AA volleyball matchup. Quite honestly, it might be the most people I've seen at a volleyball game in Barnesville the entire season. And I would have to say, just looking around, down here below us at the student section, and across the way at the non-student section, that is absolutely a 50-50 split of Barnesville and DGF Rebel fans here.
Number 9, Lexi Lee. Number 10, Kenzie Scogan. Number 11, Emily Smith. Number 12, Jada Bonner. Number 14, Laura Sorensen. Number 15, Emily Riddle. And number 20, Lily Trojan. The Lady Trojans are coached by
we go. You can see that is pretty much 100% DGF fans. And then I don't know if we can get a camera angle on the DGF student section here, but they have filled this up nicely tonight. Those are all DGF Rebel students. And then there's a little bit of space. And then here are all the Barnesville students in their basketball jerseys tonight. And then maybe if Barnesville does have the edge, because here's the Barnesville half of the edge, they do have a few people up along the railing here looking to cheer on their Trojans. So a little bit of overfill up on the railing there. I love this sign right here. It says, if you want soft serves, go to DQ. I saw that earlier today when I was walking around setting up, and I took a picture of it and sent it to a few of my friends. So, but I definitely chuckled on that one. So we're ready to go here for the first set of this 8-2A quarterfinal matchup between the Barnesville Trojans, 1-seeded, and the 5th-seeded DGF Rebels. And it will be DGF to start with the serve, and we're underway here. The first serve is over. Beaver will set it up there, middle of the net, Emily Smith. Nice dig out there by Lucy Hilton. Joust forward at the net. It spins around on the tape. Scogan makes contact. Long attack is over. Dug out there by Maddie Schmidt. Now Schmidt goes up for this swing. Scogan will dig that one out. Beaver will back set it near pin, and that is Amelia Newell, and the point goes to Barnesville. So our first point is on the board. Then going back to serve will be Kenzie Scogan. Wherever you may be watching from, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And whichever team you're cheering for, we wish that team the best of luck. Nice dig out by Camelia Costello, who's the libero today for DGF. She's only an 8th grader. That attack by Emily Smith goes into the net, and it's a point for DGF, and it's 1-1. So going back to serve now will be Maddie Schmidt, the senior. Sometimes plays libero, but today it's going to be Camille Costello as her serve is over. Sydney Strand makes first contact. They'll set it up there for Emily Smith. That one was dug out nicely. 2 touches back over, and what's the call? They're calling a lift. It's a touch violation on DGF, and that will give the point to Barnesville, and it's 2-1. Going back to serve is Emily Smith, her first serve of the night. Smith's serve is over, and that is first contacted there by Maddie Schmidt. Middle of the net attack is over and down, and the kill goes to Kaylee Peterson. 2-2 is our score. So we've had 2 ties. Both lead changes go to Barnesville here in the first set so far, as Costello will serve it over. There's Scogan from the 10-foot line. That one's dug out. Now they'll set it up here for a near side attack there from Backus. Sent back over by Beaver. Costello will bump set it. Backus from the 10-foot line sends it over. Scogan will dig it out. Beaver will set it up, and Riddle sends it down to the floor. Emily Riddle with the kill. Gives Barnesville the 3-2 lead. They take all 3 lead changes so far, as Amelia Newell will go back to serve. That serve is over. Once again, all aces served up by the Trojans is a $50 donation from Stone Ridge Software, and there's a point for the DGF Rebels, and we're knotted up at 3. No aces yet in this contest for the Trojans, but if they do get one, that'll be $50 deposited into the Bucks for Best Game Fund. Strand will dig it out. Here's Beaver with the set. Side, Belle Peterson. Costello couldn't control it. Belle Peterson gets the kill. 4-3, and Barnesville takes all the lead changes once again. 4 ties, 3 ties, 3 lead changes, excuse me. 4-3, serve is over there from, I believe that was I'll have to double check who served that one. As that one goes into the net, it'll be an attacking error for DGF, another point for Barnesville. And it'll be Kennedy Gray who served the last one because she'll serve this one up. So Kennedy Gray now 5-3, the first time either team has had a 2-point lead in this contest. Here's a near side attack. It's over and down. The kill goes to Lila Fuss. 5-4 our score. Serving it over there was Backus. Touched there by Schmidt. Now back set to the far side. Tipped at the net. Controlled by Riddle. Pushed back over by Beaver. Costello will dig it out. Now a back set there by Iwin. Sent over. Nice dig up by Strand. Here's Beaver with the set for Kenzie Scogan. Far side. Finds the floor. It's down for the kill. 6-4 our score. Barnesville scored 2 in a row. It's the second time they've scored 2 in a row as Sydney Strand sends over the serve. That one out of bounds. It's an attacking error as it sails over on the swing by Maddie Schmidt. And another point for Barnesville, and that's the first time that either team has scored 3 in a row as Sydney Strand will serve it up again. Serve is over. Costello makes first contact. DGF will chase after it. It'll send it in the direction of Maddie Schmidt, who sends it back over. Now Beaver will set it up. Emily Smith tosses it back over. Free ball here, and a chance for the Rebels to go on the attack. They send it over. Dig out by Strand. Beaver sets it up for Scogan. 10-foot line. It's over. Costello makes first contact. Iwin will set it up near side here. Sent over by Maddie Schmidt. Nice dig out there. I think there was a combination of Scogan and Kaylee Olsen who made the dig out there. That one out of bounds. Was it tipped? No, it was not, and it's a point for Barnesville. DGF fans wanted a tip, but the referees say no. 8-4 as Barnesville doubles up, and this is the longest at the service line for any player on either team right now. That one's sent down. Oh, somehow, did they keep it alive? Okay, I got confused there for a little bit. I believe that DGF got the kill, and they did. Now going back to serve is Lila Fuss. So point DGF, it's 8-5 on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard. Fuss back to serve from the middle of the service line, it's over. First contact there made by Kaylee Olsen, and now the third touch from the back line. Strand sends over a free ball. DGF will set it up for the attack, and that is down. It is Aria Garrett with the kill, and it's 8-6. And the chants come from the DGF student section. She's a freshman, and she absolutely is. And she's been a great freshman for this DGF volleyball team this season. Iwin will set it up. Maddie Schmidt blocked at the net, stays on the Rebels side. Iwin will set it up for Schmidt again. Pushes it over, but out of bounds. Point Barnesville. So DGF scored 3 in a row, and now it's 9-6. Back to serve is Rumley Beaver. Costello makes first contact. Iwin will set it up for Garrett, middle of the net. Over and down, and Garrett gets the kill. (9-7) our score now, as Garrett gets another kill. She has 2 now, according to my numbers, and that is a kill for Emily Smith. 10-7 our score here on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard, as Barnesville's the first one to reach double digits. Scogan will set it up from the service line. It's her second trip. She's 1 for 1. Costello digs it out, and now they'll set it up for Garrett, middle of the net. Nice dig out there by Beaver. It'll be set up there by Newell, and now sent over by, I believe that was Peterson, and now getting the kill in the middle, and that was Emily Smith on a block kill. And that's 11-7 in favor of the Trojans. Scogan back to serve, 2 for 2. If this one goes over, she'll be 3 for 3. She'll serve it up. DGF will set it up for the attack. Near side, blocked at the net. Emily Smith along with Amelia Newell blocks the attack by Kaylee Peterson. And it makes it 12-7. There's the set, Garrett down to the floor, and Garrett with her third kill tonight. Makes things interesting. It's a 4-point deficit at 12-8 in favor of the Trojans. Maddie Schmidt serving, out of bounds. First service error of the night for either team. The point goes to Barnesville, and it's 13-8 here in set one of this best-of-5 matchup. The winner of this one will play the winner of Barnesville and Hawley, or check that Perham and Hawley, and we will get you an update on that one ASAP. That one just out of bounds, and it'll be a point for Barnesville. It was a nice plan of attack there for the Rebels, but they just served it out of bounds, and an unfortunate loss of point there for DGF. Here's Emily Smith on the serve. Costello makes first contact. Now a bump set near side. Backus sends it over. Kept alive by the Trojans. Scogan goes on the attack, and the Rebels will control that one. They'll try for Backus again. Scogan will dig it out again into the net. They have to get it over on that touch. Free ball for the Rebels. A chance to get a point. Garrett sends it down. Smith digs it out. And Barnesville gets it back over, and that puts the Trojan fans on their feet. Nice block there by Belle Peterson on the far side. Now Backus up for the attack. Beaver sends it over with two hands as Backus digs it out, and it's shoved right back over to the Trojans. And the point goes to the DGF Rebels. 14-9. Costello, second trip to the service line, now 2 for 2 on the evening. Peterson bumps a free ball over. Costello touches up on it. Now set it up for the middle of the net attack for, that was Peterson on the attack. Now Backus goes on the attack, and she gets it through the blockers and down, and the Rebels have reached double digits as it's now 14-10 here on the Rapsos Pool Hall scoreboard. As Costello will serve it up for the third time this evening. Just an 8th grader for the Rebels. She's got a bright future with this volleyball team. She's been great this season for the Rebels. Here's Costello, a bump set. Backus sends it over, dug out by Scogan. Beaver will chase after it to set it up for Belle Peterson. And Peterson got it through the blockers down for the kill. 15-10, and the Trojans take a 5-point advantage here on the kill by Belle Peterson. Number 2 has 2 kills tonight, and Amelia Newell will go back to serve for the second time. Newell, slight jump serve is over and out of bounds. It's a service error. It was not tipped, and the point goes to DGF. And going back to serve this time is Kaylee Peterson. It's her first trip to the service line, according to my written down records. And that one's over, and that one, that was nearly to the floor. Belle Peterson sends it back. Costello on the first touch. They set it up for Backus. Backus dug out by Strand. Now Beaver will set it up for Belle Peterson. Peterson, was it tipped? That's the question. And it was. It's a point for Barnesville. Belle Peterson will get the kill, her third of the night. 16-11 our score now. Going back to service, Kennedy Gray, a junior this year for the Trojans. Kennedy's serve is over. Iwan will set it up. Far side attack blocked at the net. Did it fall in bounds? Yes, it did. Point for the Barnesville Trojans. 17-11 our score. And a timeout is called by DGF. 17-11 here in set one. Timeout on the floor. Barnesville has the serve when we return from the break here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back. All right, welcome back. DGF fans, I just got word about 1 minute ago that we could have simulcast this one to your YouTube channel. So since we didn't get it on for the start, what I'll do is I'll upload the recording when the match concludes, so you can watch it on your channel. I just wasn't sure with playoffs what the rules were, and I just got word that we could have, and I'm sorry that we didn't. But we will get it up there for you, I promise. Back to action now, it's Kennedy Gray. Serve is over, Iwan chases after it on the second touch, pushed back over there, I believe that was Peterson, and it falls to the floor out of bounds for a point for Barnesville. 1-0 Barnesville out of the DGF timeout, and it's 18-11 now here on the Ratzo's Pool Hall scoreboard. Kennedy Gray with her 6th serve of the night. Iwan will set it up. Middle of the net attack is over there by Schmidt. Kaylee Olsen had to chase after it. Scogan sends a free ball over. Chance for DGF to go on the attack if they can control it. And a whistle is, double touch is called. I didn't see the double touch, but we'll go with it. And it is now 19-11 in favor of the Barnesville Trojans. Kaylee Olsen on the serve. Or I'm sorry, Kennedy Gray on the serve. They both start with a K. I'm sure I'll be forgiven for that one. Sent over by Riddle. Costello will touch up on it. Iwan will set it up. Middle of the net attack is over. Kept alive by Beaver, but into the net on the swing by Emily Riddle, and it's a point for the DGF Rebels as they'll get the serve back on the second attack error of the night for the Barnesville Trojans. 19-12 our score now here on the Ratzo's Pool Hall scoreboard. That serve is up and over from, I believe it was Backus, and it was. Strand will dig it out. Beaver will push it back over. Backus on the bump set. 10-foot line attack. Blocked at the net by Emily Riddle. Was it in or out? Far side official says he didn't see it. And they're going to redo the point. If I had to make a guess on who got the lucky break there, it would be Barnesville. So it's like that, nothing happened there. Serve is over. We'll see if DGF can get it back. Here's Emily Riddle. She pounds it to the floor. And the Trojans are the first one to hit 20 tonight. Once again, best of 5 sets. Don't count the Rebels out. Like I said, they've won 4 of their last 5 coming into tonight's matchup. Barnesville's won 5 of their last 5 coming into tonight's matchup. So both of these teams playing really well at this point in the season. Here's Kennedy Gray over the tape and down from the 10-foot line. She got it. That's her first kill of the night. 21-12 our score. Serve from Sydney Strand is over, and it's an ace. And with that ace, Stone Ridge Software donates $50 to the Best for Bucks Fund. 50 and 50 more if they get another ace, and many more aces. So with the ace, it is 22-12. Let's see if we can get an update here on the Perham-Hawley game. As we'll turn down the, I don't know what song they're playing, but I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't like it, so. No update yet from Perham-Hawley. I think I might be able to do something about that. I'll just pull it up on YouTube on my phone since it's on Magnitude Sports. Once again, the winner of that matchup will play the winner of this matchup in the subsection championship tonight. And in the first set, Hawley has a 22-19 lead over the Perham Yellow Jackets in the first set. So we'll keep our eyes on that one. It looks like Hawley might be close to closing it out. Perham hanging in there, though, so as that one is up and over there from Sydney Strand on the serve. That's her 5th serve of the night, 5 for 5, and the point goes to DGF. I didn't see who got the kill, who's celebrating here. Possibly Hilton or Garrett, or Iwan, excuse me. Not exactly sure which one of those two got it. Backus sends it over on the serve. That one's powered down by Emily Smith. Her third kill of the night. 23-13 as the Trojans go up by 10. As they appear to be closing this one out. And going back to serve is Rumley Beaver. Beaver's serve is over. Let's set it up for Garrett. Garrett blocked at the net. And that was Emily Smith on the block, her second block of the night. And it's set point here for the Barnesville Trojans. DJF will have to shake this one off, see if they can come back. Nearly an ace there as the serve hit the tape as it came over and kept alive, out of bounds, and Barnesville wins it. (25-13) your final in the first set. One ace serve in that match, that's $50 to the Best for Bucks game. It is now set point in Perham. Hawley up 24-19. They have the serve. We'll keep it here and see if we can get you a final on set one before we take our break. And Perham will score, so it's now 24-20 on that one. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and give you an update on that when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Wiechek, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today. 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate. Wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game. All right, welcome back. We get ready for set number 2. Barnesville Educational Scholarships for tomorrow. Would like to give a special thank you and shout out to the Del Acres family. Del Acres family generously donated $300 to the best scholarships after the Barnesville Pelican Rapids match, and $100 for every set won that evening. Thank you, Del Acres family, for your generosity. Thank you so very much for your support of the Barnesville scholarship funds that go to the seniors each year for Barnesville. We're ready to go here in set 2. And the serve is over, and Costello makes first contact. They'll back set it to the far side. Sent over, dug out there by Beaver. And now on the attack is Emily Smith, and it's 1-0 Barnesville. Tied at 1, 2, and 3 in the last set, and then after Barnesville took a 4-3 lead, they never gave up the lead. As Beaver goes back, she's going to be 4 for 4 if this one goes over tonight, and it does. Costello chasing after it. Can they get it back over? They can. Free ball for the Trojans. Can they set up an attack? And Emily Smith tips it over, down for another kill. Emily Smith 2, DGF 0 here in the second set. And Emily Smith has 4 kills on the night, according to my numbers, as Beaver serves it up for serve number 5 of the evening. She's 5 for 5 tonight as they set that one up. Garrett, middle of the net, dug out there by Sydney Strand in the back row. Now they set it up for Newell, blocked at the net, and a point for DGF as they're calling 4 touches on Barnesville. So DGF is on the board now, and it's 2-1 on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard, and they will get the serve after the first touch violation of the night for the Barnesville Trojans. Going back to serve, I believe it's Maddie Schmidt. Can't quite see the jersey number, and it is Maddie Schmidt. So I just go with my gut more often, I guess. Newell through the blockers and down. Nice attack there by Amelia Newell on the far side, and now it's 3-1 Barnesville. Back to serve this time is Kenzie Scogan. In that first set, Scogan was 3 for 3 serving. Scogan sets it up. Costello makes first contact. Chasing after it there was Lindsay Navala. And now Strand to Beaver. Back set here, racing after it was Emily Smith, and Smith gets another kill in this second set. She has 5 in the night now as it's a 4-1 lead for the Barnesville Trojans. Once again, Holly won the first set 25-20 during the commercial break. So Holly up 1-0 on Perham, Barnesville up 1-0 on DGF so far. Here's the set. That one's blocked at the net, and we have a net violation, I believe. No, it's 4 touches, I guess, so it's a touch violation. I thought it was a net violation, but I was mistaken. Point goes to Barnesville. It's 5-1. Scogan sends it over. Costello makes first contact. Now they'll set it up here for a near side attack for Backus. Dug out by Strand. Beaver will set it up far side. Belle Peterson over and down for the kill, and it's 6-1 Barnesville. Peterson picks up her 4th kill of the night. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. 6-1 early here in set 2. We're back in a moment on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Established in 1989, the charitable mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office, and the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
All right, welcome back. There you see 25-13 in the first set. 6-1 so far here in set 2. They are in set 2 right now in Perham, and Holly has a 5-4 lead in the second set, leading the match 1-0. We'll keep you updated on that one. This is Kenzie Scogan. 5 for 5 serving now. Backus into the net, comes right back. Costello chases after it. Her teammates can't help her out, and it's a point for Barnesville. A for effort for Costello, but just a bad placement there, and not much the Rebels could do about that one. 7-1. Backus over. Pushed over by Scogan, and Scogan will get an unconventional kill, and it's 8-1. And Barnesville cruising here in the second set. Seven for 7 if this one goes over for Kenzie. And it does. We'll set up for Backus from the 10-foot line. It's over. Scogan, can she get it over? She cannot. It'll be a point and a kill for Backus. 8-2 as the Rebels look to mount a comeback here as the serve will go to Costello. 3 for 3 so far serving tonight for the Rebels. And her serve from the middle service line is over. And Belle Peterson will push it over with two hands. It's controlled by Backus. They'll set it back up to Backus for the attack. Dug out by Scogan. Beaver will send it back over in two. Schmidt on the bump set. Sent back over, I believe that was Peterson on the far side, into the net, and Scogan saves it for the Trojans. A chance for the Rebels to get another point. Dug out there by, I believe that was Beaver, and that one's sent over and down. Emily Smith gets the kill. 9-2 now here in favor of Barnesville. Perm is now, well, I take that back. Hawley just scored. It's tied 7-7 between the Nuggets and Yellow Jackets. Remember, the winner of that match will play the winner of this match here. Nice chase down front of the bench, and a nice job by Costello to send it back over to Barnesville. Emily Riddle on the attack. They have to get it over on that touch, and they do. Free ball for the Rebels. Can they set up an attack and get a point? Through the blockers and down, and they absolutely can get it, and they'll get it courtesy of Kaylee Peterson. 9-3. Hawley's now taking a 2-point lead. It's 9-7 over the Yellow Jackets in set two. They lead that match 1-0. Serve is over. Belle Peterson will bump it over. Free ball here for the Rebels. Can they get another point? They'll set it up for Backus, and Backus dug out by Strand. And Scogan cannot get it over. Got a little too much elevation and a little too much downward projection on that swing, and the ball went under the net instead of over. And now DGF has scored 3 in a row, 2 points, 2, 3, and 4, as they look to come back from what was an 8-1 deficit at one point. Beaver will set it up. Belle Peterson now on the attack, and Belle Peterson with authority captures her 5th kill of the night. 10-4, Barnesville on the Ratzels Pool Hall scoreboard. Amelia Newell to serve. 2 for 2 so far tonight. Serve is over. They'll back set it there. Peterson sends it over. Kept alive by Barnesville. Now Belle Peterson through the blockers and down for back-to-back kills. And it's 11-4. I have Peterson down for 6 kills now for the Trojans. Newell now 4 for 4 serving. Costello makes first contact. I almost set it up here, and that one sent into the blockers and ricocheted back over to the Trojans, and it hit the net violation on Barnesville. That's what the call is. That's the first net violation for either team tonight. 11-5 now. As DGF gets 1 point closer. Serve is over. Beaver will set it up for Riddle. Riddle through the blockers back over to the Trojans. Now Scogan from just behind the 10-foot line sends it into the net. And another point for DGF on another attacking error for Barnesville. Both DGF and Barnesville have 3 attacking errors on the night. I take that back. No, that is correct. 3 attacking errors for each team. Here's Beaver with the set. Peterson on the attack. Blocked at the net, and a whistle. I think it hit the antenna, possibly. It's a point for Barnesville, I can tell you that much for sure. As the Trojans double up on the Rebels now. Hawley looking pretty impressive as I peek over on our other game on Magnitude. They're up 13-9 in the second set. Pushed over by Beaver. Nice diving dig there by Hilton. DGF able to keep it alive. Here's Schmidt, sends it over. Dug out there by the other number 4, Kennedy Gray. Now Scogan on the attack. Got it in front of the back line for the kill. 13-6. Scogan records her second point of the night. 13-6 our score. As Kennedy Gray, 8 for 8 if this one goes over, and it does. They'll set it up. 10-foot line attack is over. Strand will keep it alive. They'll set it up for Scogan now, courtesy of Beaver. Dug out there by Schmidt. Ion will set it back over to Schmidt. Schmidt blocked at the net, and that is Rumley Beaver and Emily Riddle on the block. And that makes it 14-6 and another timeout here for DGF. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back in just a moment. It's 14-10 Hawley in the second set. More updates on that when we return.
Did you know that healthy people make healthy communities? It's true. Choosing not to drink alcohol, not to vape, not to smoke, and making the choice to not use drugs are 4 of the best life choices you can make today. Did you also know that over half of your peers are not drinking, vaping, smoking, and are also choosing against drugs? If you are struggling with any of these choices, have a talk with a parent or trusted school staff member. For more information, search Clay County Public Health on Facebook, and remember that healthy people make healthy communities.
All right, 14-6 as Barnesville has jumped out to a somewhat comfortable lead at this point. We'll see if DGF can chip away at it. It'll be Kennedy Gray serving it up. 9 for 9 if it goes over successfully from the service line tonight for Gray, and it does. Costello makes first contact. They'll backside at the far side there. Peterson gets the kill. Check that. It is actually Layla Fuss who gets the kill. My apologies. 14-7 as the lead is now cut in half, and halfway down and halfway to go here for the Rebels. Serve is over. Beaver will set it up. Riddle pushes it back over. Nice attack there for the Rebels to keep it alive. Free ball sent over there by Maddie Schmidt, dug out by Strand. Beaver sets up Riddle, and that's a dig out in front of the back line. And another nice dig out and push back over, and a whistle, and they're going to call a lift, I believe, and they will. Another touch violation on the Rebels, and that is their 4th of the night. It is now 15-7 in favor of Barnesville here on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard. Sydney Strand back to serve. She'll be 6 for 6 if it goes over, and it does. Costello makes first contact. Iwan will set it up for Garrett, middle of the net, and Garrett has had success tonight, and she gets another one there. I have her down for 4 kills tonight already, and it's 15-8 as DGF will get the serve back. Going back to serve this time is Lindsay Navala, a senior for the Rebels. Navala's serve is over. Beaver on the second touch will set it up there, and that one's down for a point for Emily Smith. 16-8 our score. As the Rebels the Trojans double up on the Rebels for the second time here in set 2. Going back to serve this time is Rumley Beaver, 5 for 5 with a block. This will be your 6th serve of the night, and it's over. Costello may have jumped the gun on it being over, but it did end up going over. And now a far side attack there from Hilton, kept alive. Now Scogan goes on the attack, blocked at the net, or is it 4 touches? It's 4 touches, no block, point for DGF, they'll take it. Block or not, they'll take it, 16-9. Standing serve there from Maddie Schmidt is over. 4 for 4 for number 4 now. Kennedy Gray out of bounds, point DGF. 16-10 our score. Fourth attack error of the night for Barnesville as that one goes out of bounds. It's their first out of bounds ball tonight. That one just barely made it over there. Nice serve there by Maddie Schmidt, who's now 5 for 5. Schmidt will dig that one out. They'll set it up here for Backus, and that one's pushed over. Beaver keeps it alive. They'll set it up for Smith, and Smith finds the floor as a diving Costello couldn't quite get the angle to get underneath it. And it's 17-10 now in favor of Barnesville. Just give Costello a couple more years, and she'll probably turn that into a point for DGF. I mean, she's an 8th grader on the roster, but she's playing like she's a junior. So she's playing like she's a junior now. Just wait until she actually is a junior and see how she's playing. 18-10 our score now as Barnesville gets the next point. Scogan sends it over. Costello makes first contact. Scogan now 8 for 8 serving. Joust for it at the net, kept alive, and now they'll send it to Backus. Backus, one touch, back to the Rebels, and Garrett sends it over, dug out by Scogan. Chased after by Beaver. 3-ball by Scogan. Costello will touch up on it. And now Novello will set it up for Garrett. Kept alive there at the net. And they have to get it over. No, that will be 4 touches. Oh, no, they're calling a net violation. Okay, I didn't see the net violation. I just saw the player chasing after the ball. So that's the second net violation for Barnesville in this matchup. And it's 18-11 as a result. Costello goes back on the serve. 5 for 5 now with that one. Beaver sets it up for Newell. Newell sends it over and kept alive. Rebels send it back. Nice job there. Belle Peterson on the attack, gets it down for the kill. 19-11 on the 7th kill of the night by Belle Peterson. Back to serve this time is Emily Smith. Smith's serve is over. Contact there by Schmidt. Costello was there as well, but Schmidt got the contact. Now Schmidt keeps it alive. I believe that was Novala, and now sent over by possibly Backus. Couldn't quite, yes, it was Backus. Through the blockers and back-to-back kills for the second time tonight for Belle Peterson, and it's 20-11. Barnesville won that first set 20-13. Or 25-13, excuse me. And Emily Riddle, excuse me. There's too many Emilys on the team. Emily Riddle gets the point, and Barnesville goes up 10 by the score 21-11 here on the Ratzel's Pool All scoreboard. Emily Smith back to serve after Emily Riddle gets the kill. Emily Riddle have her down for 4 kills tonight. Here's Backus who gets one over and down as Barnesville's not able to control that. And I have Backus down for her 2nd kill tonight. Back to serve is Kaylee Peterson. 21-12 our score as Beaver sets it up for Scogan. Behind the 10-foot line, Costello will dig it out. Novala will set it up for Backus. Backus pushes it over. Now Newell will set it up for Riddle. Riddle finds the floor. She found the open space and put it right there to give her team a 22-11 lead. That's number 5 for Emily Riddle. Newell comes out. Coming in for the Trojans is Jada Bonchis, the senior center, and she'll go back to serve. It'll be her first trip to the service line tonight. So her team's up by 10 right now. Bonchis serve over. Iwan will set it up. Far side attack, blocked at the net, and that will be a point for Barnesville. Peterson and Riddle on the block. Not sure who got more of that one. My gut tells me Riddle did, and we'll give the assist to Belle Peterson. 23-12 now. And make it 24-12 and set point. Bonchis to serve again. And that one's over. Strand on the second touch. Free ball to the Rebels. Costello controls it. Iwan will set it up. Middle of the net attack. Blocked at the net. Kept alive by the Rebels. They'll try again. Here's Backus. Sends it over. Dug out by Strand. And a whistle and a point for DGF as they call another net violation on Barnesville. That's their 3rd of the game. 24-13. Once again, Barnesville won that first set 25-13. We'll see if they duplicate that here or not. See if DGF can get a couple more points on the board. There's Riddle. Out of bounds. And that will be a point for DGF, 24-14. Hawley looking to take a 2-0 lead. They have set point in set 2 up 24-16 right now. And they just won the set 25-16. That is a kill, middle of the net there for Lila Fuss. 24-15. It'll be Fuss going back to serve. She's 4 for 4 now, according to my numbers. Riddle sends a free ball over, controlled by Costella. Iwan will set it up, middle of the net. Down for the kill, Lila Fuss again, her 5th of the night. 24-16, and DGF continues to battle here. And now, at 24-16, set point Barnesville, it'll be the Trojans taking a timeout. Once again, Holly now leads the match over Perham, 2-0, but it scores a 25-20 and 25-16. They'll head to set 3, and we'll see if Holly can sweep that one or if the Jackets will get one back. We'll keep you updated on that one here. 24-16, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the remainder of this set right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Ratzel's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzel's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzel's Pool Hall on Facebook, give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzel's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzel's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town. All right, welcome back. Set point, but DGF is rallying here the best they can. Get as close as they can before Barnesville scores that next point. Here's Riddle, pushes it over, back line. If they would have let it go, it would have been a point. It would have been out of bounds. And now they're going to call a double touch, and that'll do it for the set. 25-16, your final in set number 2, as the Barnesville Trojans now take a 2-0 lead here on this quarterfinal matchup over the DGF Rebels. We'll take another timeout, and when we come back, we'll have set 3 for you here in just a moment on the Magnitude Sports Network. Be right back.
Did you know that healthy people make healthy communities? It's true. Choosing not to drink alcohol, not to vape, not to smoke, and making the choice to not use drugs are 4 of the best life choices you can make today. Did you also know that over half of your peers are not drinking, vaping, smoking, and are also choosing against drugs? If you are struggling with any of these choices, have a talk with a parent or trusted school staff member. For more information, search Clay County Public Health on Facebook, and remember that healthy people
Barnesville Internet is keeping residents connected with even faster speeds, up to 1 gig. Our symmetrical system means you can upload data at the same speed that you download. Everyday activities are quicker and hassle-free. From streaming movies in HD to video meetings with coworkers, playing online games, or saving files on the cloud. Speed matters, and so does great customer service. You've got them both with Barnesville Internet. Call or stop by today. And let's get started.
All right, 2 down and at least 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 to go. We'll see if DGF can respond here in the 3rd set. They will start it off with the serve, courtesy of Lindsay Navala. And Navala's serve is over. Scogan to Beaver, sets it up there for Emily Smith. Tipped over, kept alive there by the Rebels. And now Garrett on the attack. Finds the floor, and the Rebels strike first. It's 1-0 DGF. Garrett picks up her 5th kill of the night. So Barnesville leads 2-0, and Hawley leads 2-0 over Perham. 25-20 and 25-16 the scores in those 2 sets between Hawley and Perham so far. Here's Garrett. Garrett gets another kill. Back-to-back kills for Garrett. And it's a 2-0 lead here for the Rebels. It's the first time in the entire match so far that they've had the lead. See if they can hold on to it here. See what kind of pep talk they got from their coach between sets there. Smith sends it over, down for the kill, and for a moment there I thought DGF saved it, but Smith records her 8th kill of the night, and Barnesville's on the board. It's 2-1 in favor of DGF, and Kenzie Scogan will go back to serve. This is serve number 9 of the evening for Kenzie Scogan, looking to tie it up here for the Barnesville Trojans. Last time this match was tied, the score was 3-3 back in set 1. And that is a kill for the DGF Rebels. I'm giving it to Kaylee Peterson. I'm not sure if she got it or not. But it's 3-1 in favor of DGF. It'll be Maddie Schmidt going back to serve. 7 for 7 if this goes over, and it does. Strand makes first contact. Beaver sets it up for Peterson. Into the net, another point for the Rebels. It's an attacking error for Barnesville, their 5th of the night, and it's 4-1 in favor of DGF. As Maddie Schmidt will continue on the serve here. A senior this year for the Rebels. Her standing serve is over. And it is an ace. It is an ace for Maddie Schmidt. And it's 5-1 DGF. In the 3rd set, Hawley has already jumped out to a 7-2 lead over Perham. Sent back over here. Novella will set it up for Garrett. Garrett dug out by Scogan. Beaver chases after it. Peterson sends it back over. Costello will keep it alive. Novella will bump set it back to the middle and into the net on this swing by Maddie Schmidt. And there'll be a point for Barnesville. 5-2 now in favor of DGF, as Emily Smith will serve it up for the 5th time this evening. Smith's serve is over. Costello makes first contact. They'll set it up here for Backus, and Backus finds the floor. 6-2 Rebels up on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard. Costello, 6 for 6 now serving. And a free ball back to the Rebels, a chance to add to their lead. Novella will set it up. Blocked at the net, kept alive, punched back over there by, that was Peterson who punched it over. Out of bounds, point Rebels, 7-2. in favor of DGF, and number 6 serves it up for the 7th time tonight. And it's an ace for Costello. So Maddie Schmidt got an ace earlier, and now Costello gets an ace to increase the DGF lead to 8-2. DGF would love to win this set and send a statement saying, hey, we're not going down without a fight. And they're certainly saying that at the moment. That one's out of bounds. It's 9-2 in favor of DGF. And Barnesville wants to talk it over. Update from Perham. Hawley 8, Perham 5 in set 3, with Hawley leading the match 2-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Barnesville Drug and Hardware, your local Health Mart pharmacy and hardware Hank store, open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 and Saturdays until noon. Stop in 117 Front Street and get what you need for all projects big and small in your home. Hoses, fittings, pipes, and all the plumbing tools you need to keep the water flowing in your kitchen and bathroom. Maybe you just need to restock your nails and screws for that upcoming woodworking project. They have it for you all at Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Don't forget that Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspar Paint headquarters. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Barnesville up 2-0, but the Rebels leading right now. And looking to add to that lead as Costello will continue to serve. It's her 8th serve of the night, and it's over. She has 1 ace on those 8 serves. Belle Peterson blocked at the net. Tipped back over. Sent over by DGF, and it's a point. Novello will get the kill. She's not normally the one who gets into the kill category, but she does tonight, and it's 10-2 as DGF hits double digits first. 1-0 Rebels out of the Barnesville timeout on a kill by Lindsay Novello, a senior setter. Here's, speaking of setters, that was Beaver. And it'll be bumped over. A chance for Barnesville to get a point back. Here's Emily Riddle, and she does just that. 10-3. Still a ways to go, but Amelia Newell to serve. Number 5 with her 5th serve of the night. And it's over. Novello will set it up. Backus blocked. Costello on the second touch. Bump sets it high. Backus sends it back. Beaver sets it up for Riddle, and Riddle will find the floor as Novello was not able to dig that one out. And Riddle will get the kill. And it's 10-4 as Barnesville tries to creep their way back into this one here. Newell serves it again. Novella, middle of the net attack, down for the kill. Nicely done there by Layla Fuss. 11-4 as Layla Fuss records her 7th kill of the night according to my numbers. Serve over Beaver for Peterson. Nice dig out there by Maddie Schmidt. Over, kept alive, and a free ball back to the Rebels, a chance to increase their lead. Here's Backus. Kaylee Olsen keeps it alive, and a nice job there by Schmidt to keep the volley going. Middle of the net, blocked, kept alive, pushed back over. Barnesville has a chance to decrease the deficit. Down in bounds, right in front of the back line, and a kill for Emily Riddle. I think it was Riddle anyway who got that one. 11-5 our score now. Hawley is up 12-8 at this moment in set number 3. And they lead that match 2-0. Here's the serve from Kennedy Gray, 10 for 10 serving tonight. Down to the floor. Layla Fuss with kill number 8 of the evening. 12-5 in favor of DGF. And the Rebels are pumped up. We'll see if they can keep that momentum and move themselves into a set 3 win here to force set 4. Serve is over. Beaver sets it up. Sent back over. Kept alive there by the Rebels as Costello will make the second touch. Bump it over to Maddie Schmidt, dug out by Sydney Strand. The point goes to the Rebels, and it's a net violation on Barnesville, their 4th of the night. 13-5. DGF looking to hang on to this lead. That serve hits the tape as it comes over. And Sydney Strand sends it back. A chance for DGF to set it up for the attack. Blocked at the net. Kept alive. Costello has to send it over, and she does. Controlled by the Trojans. Emily Riddle dug out by Costello. They'll set it up here for Maddie Schmidt. Maddie Schmidt dug out by Scogan. Now Beaver sends it over. Costello chasing after it. Can they keep it alive? They send it back, and the Rebel fans are on their feet. They'll set it up for Scogan. Through the blockers, kept alive again. Chasing after it, out of bounds. And a point finally goes to the Barnesville Trojans. Sydney Strand back to serve. A nice volley there. DGF can't get all the points, but I'm betting that if they would have gotten that point, that would have really pumped up their student section. 10-foot line attack soars out of bounds. And that makes it 13-7 now. Barnesville scored the last 3. They've scored 5, 6, and 7, and now they give one back as the Rebels double up on the Trojans for the first time tonight. 14-7 in favor of DGF. That serve is out of bounds. It's a service error number 2 of the night here for the Rebels. 14-8 our score. That is also the score in Perham. 14-8, Hawley has the advantage in set 3. The winner of this match will play the winner of Perham Hawley. Through the blockers and down, Garrett records kill number 9, or check that, kill number 7 tonight. 15-8. And the Rebels are 10 points away from forcing set 4. Barnesville's 12 points away from a sweep. I'll take that. They're more than 12 points away. They get one of those points. I misdid the math there. 15-9 now. Back to service, Kenzie Scogan. Number 10 serves it up for the 10th time tonight. Costello makes first contact. Novello will set it up far side. Maddie Schmidt sends it over, and that's dug out by Beaver. Belle Peterson set up by Newell. Costello digs it out. Now they set it up near side here through the blockers. Couldn't get it through the blockers. It was blocked on the attack attempt there by Kaylee Peterson. And Barnesville will get the point, and it's 15-10. And Barnesville's knocking on the door here as Scogan will serve it up again. Costello. Novello will set it up. Garrett couldn't get it through the blockers, and blocking it that time was Emily Smith. Give the assist to Amelia Newell. Newell is assisted on 2 blocks tonight. Emily Smith has 3 blocks. Emily Riddle has 2 blocks. Emily Beaver has a block. Belle Peterson has a block and an assisted block. Unofficially, according to my numbers. Middle of the net. That is a kill for Smith. Kill number 9 for Emily Smith, 15-11. DGF takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. It's actually 15-12, my apologies. I forgot to record the previous point. 15-12, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Newell will set it up near side. Lexi Ballgreen kick, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That pulls the Barnesville Trojans within a point. They get the serve back. Quest works out the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man. All right, we switched Wi-Fi signals. So it appears we had a few issues there earlier. I think we're going to be good now. So apologize for that, but didn't look like it was too bad. That is a kill, far side. Who got it? Looking for the jersey number is Maddie Schmidt who got the kill. 1-0 DGF out of the timeout. Hawley's now up 18-10 on Perham in that 3rd set. They lead the match 2-0. If Perham can't come up with a comeback, it'll be Hawley facing one of these 2 teams. Here's Backus. Dug out by Scogan. Beaver sends it back. Schmidt keeps it alive. Novell sets it up for Backus. Backus too far. Point Trojans, 16-13. And it's 1-1 after the timeout. And the serve will go into the hands of Emily Smith. Barnesville looks to creep their way back into this one. Costello set it up. Joust for it at the net. Garrett sends it over. Nice dig out there by Beaver. Free ball, now a chance for DGF to set up the attack. Here's Garrett. Couldn't get it through the blockers. The tip was enough to keep it alive. Belle Peterson down for the kill. Peterson records kill number 9 of the evening, and the Trojans are within 2. At one point, Barnesville was down 10-3. They haven't captured the lead yet, but they're getting close. Here's Backus. Dug out by Scogan. And a free ball and a chance for DGF to do something here. Garrett Down to the floor, she gets the kill. 8 kills for Aria Garrett, the freshman middle hitter for the DGF Rebels, as Costello goes back to serve it for the 10th time tonight. 17-14, that one's over. Newell keeps it alive. Now Riddle tipped at the net, allows DGF to control it. Here's Backus on the attack. And Backus will get the kill, and it's 18-14. Holly up 21-10 now. They're closing in on a sweep. Make that 21-11. They're closing in on a sweep over Perham. Riddle gets the kill. Emily Riddle with 8 kills now. 18-15 on the Ratzels Pool Hall scoreboard. Here's Newell with the serve. Serve is over. Sent back over. Strand digs it out. Beaver will push it back over. DGF will control it. Here's Costello. Sends the free ball back over. Beaver will set it up here for Peterson. Peterson dug out by Costello. Tipped at the net. Costello chases after it. They have to get it over on this touch, and Novella does. Here's Beaver setting it up for Riddle. Tipped at the net, allows DGF to control it. Novella back set on the attack. Through the blockers and down. She got it. Kaylee Peterson with her 5th kill of the evening gives DGF a 19-15 lead. Serve is over. Kaylee Olsen makes first contact. Here's Scogan. Dug out and controlled. They'll set up for Backus. Through the blockers, down for the kill. And DGF gets to 20. They're up 5, 15-20 here in the 3rd set. Trailing in the match 2-0, looking to force set number 4. Can they do it? It's looking good at the moment. Peterson sends it over, and they have to fight for it, and they free ball back over to Barnesville. It's the only thing they could do. Riddle ends it. 20-16 as Riddle ends that volleyball. And Beaver has set up pretty much every single kill for Riddle, Smith, and Peterson tonight. I think I've called her name the most tonight than I have on any other night. Strand digs it out. Beaver will set it up for Riddle again. And Riddle gets another kill, assisted by Beaver. That's 10 kills for Riddle. 20-17. It is now 23-15 in favor of Hawley. They are 2 points shy of sweeping the Perham Yellow Jackets. And that will be 4 touches. And another point for Barnesville as they are now within 2. (14-16) was the last time Barnesville was within 2. It's going to be an ace serve by Kennedy Gray, and with that ace serve, it's another $50 donation from Stone Ridge Software to the Best for Bucks Barnesville Scholarship Fund. (20-19) on the ace from the Trojans. And the point goes to DGF. It's 21-19. That serve is over, and that serve is in for an ace. Peyton Backus gets the 3rd ace of the night here for the DGF Rebels. 22-19. Backus serves it again. Kaylee Olsen makes first contact. Now Beaver sends it back. Out of bounds, and it's 23-19 DGF. And a timeout taken by Barnesville. It is match point for Hawley. They lead 24-16, and Hawley just made a touch violation, so now it's 24-17 as Perham hangs in there. We'll keep it here. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, including Clay County Public Health and DGF High School. Barnesville Senex to Pitchfork, Dean's Bulk Service, Willow Creek Insurance, Purple Goose, Midwest Bank, Agent Josh Wiechek at Priority Real Estate, Barnesville Booster Club and Ratzo's Pool Hall, Barnesville Internet, Barnesville Drug and Hardware, and Ball Green Construction. And Perham staying in there. It was 24-15, and now it's 24-18. So Hawley 1 point away from a subsection championship match to be held at a location to be determined. We can make a good guess on that location. And DGF trying to battle their way back into this one, and they are 2 points away from forcing the fourth set as Backus serves it up for the 7th time tonight. She has 1 ace on those 7 serves. Riddle gets the kill. (23-20) now. DGF had a set 5 very similar to this against Breckenridge on the final game of the regular season. We'll see if they learned from that, from their couple mental mistakes in that game that cost them that matchup. But that was an outstanding game between those two, no doubt about it. Here's Scogan, sends it over. Costello on the second touch, gets it to Maddie Schmidt, and Schmidt makes it set point for DGF. (24-20). Backus on the serve. They need one more to get themselves to set 4. Serve is over. Beavers sets it up and blocked at the net by Garrett, and DGF wins the set. 25-20 Rebels in set 3. We move on to a set 4. They're just coming out of a timeout. It's 24-20, Hawley up. Perham on the volley right now. They send over a free ball to Hawley. Hawley will set it up for a middle of the net attack. It's over and down, and Hawley wins it. Hawley will be moving on to face the winner of this one here between Barnesville and DGF. They win that match by the score of, at least I think they won it. Hang on. 24-20, and no, they did not win it yet. My apologies. The score was 24-20, and then they must have redone the point or something, because Hawley did send the ball to the floor on the attack. Hawley has it on their side of the net. Far side pin is over, and now Hawley has won it. Now they have won it 25-20 in the first set, 25-16 in the second set, and 25-20 in the third set. Here it's 2-1, and the Rebels look to continue that momentum. Let's give them another point here. Not sure how that didn't happen. They look to carry that set 3 momentum over into set number 4 when we return from the break here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back.
Did you know that healthy people make healthy communities? It's true. Choosing not to drink alcohol, not to vape, not to smoke, and making the choice to not use drugs are 4 of the best life choices you can make today. Did you also know that over half of your peers are not drinking, vaping, smoking, and are also choosing against drugs? If you are struggling with any of these choices, have a talk with a parent or trusted school staff member. For more information, search Clay County Public Health on Facebook, and remember that healthy people make healthy communities. Established in 1989, the charitable mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office, and the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. All right, we want to welcome in the Holly fans to this broadcast as they just swept Durham 3-0, 25-20, 25-16, and 25-20. And right now the Rebels, after a commanding first 2 sets by Barnesville, the Rebels fight back and they take set 3, and now we're in set 4. And Holly awaits the winner of this matchup to be played at a site to be determined. We have a guess on where that site might be, but it could be in Perham, it could be in Pelican Rapids. Those are a couple of the possibilities. Nothing's official yet, but with the Perham loss tonight, it could move to Perham, it could move to Pelican Rapids. Rumley Beaver will get the serve to start set number 4. And it's over. Costello make it. First contact, Novella for Garrett. Dug out by Strand. Chasing after is Beaver. Here's Scogan. Sends it back over. Costello dives. Keeps it alive. Sent over by Novella. Now Beaver will set it up. Middle of the net, Emily Smith. Through the blockers. They keep it alive. Back over to the Trojans. Here's Newell. Sets it up for Smith. Dug out there by, I believe that was Novella, and it was. Now far side attack. Maddie Schmidt. Kept alive by Garrett. Into the net. Barnesville scores. It's been the team that has scored first to go on and win the set. We'll see if that trend continues here in set number 4. DGF never had a lead until set 3. Matter of fact, Barnesville never had the lead in set 3, and they were never tied in set 3. And now Barnesville takes a 2-0 lead here in the 4th set. So once again, Holly's defeated Perham 3-0, 25-20, 25-16, and 25-20. And they await the winner of this one here. Right now, Barnesville up in the match, 2-1. And they have a 2-0 lead here in this set. If you're just joining us, Barnesville took the first set, 25-13. They took the second set, 25-16. DGF jumped out to a 10-2 lead before Barnesville started to get back into it. They never closed the gap to within less than 2. DGF's leads was never cut to anything less than 2 in set 3, and DGF would go on to win the 3rd set by the score of 25-20. And now I believe that's Maddie Schmidt possibly talking to the officials. Can't quite see the jersey number. Right now it stands 2-0 Barnesville. Will they reverse any decisions here? As the coaches get some clarification from the officials after Maddie Schmidt has a chat with them. Right now, Barnesville has a serve and a 2-0 lead. We'll see if it stays that way or not. Once again, if you're just tuning in from the Holly-Perham matchup, it's loud here. I'm pretty sure you can hear me, but I can't hear myself. And that will be an ace serve for Barnesville. And with that ace, another $50 has been deposited into the Best of Bucks Scholarship Fund from our friends at Stone Ridge Software. Rumley Beaver on the serve. That's now $150. And make that $200. Back-to-back aces for Barnesville. They take a 4-0 lead, and DGF calls a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
All right, welcome back. 4-0 lead. Points 3 and 4 off back-to-back aces by Rumley Beaver. She has 2. Kennedy Gray has 1. I forgot to record the 4th one. Serve is over. They control it. Garrett almost found the floor, but Barnesville able to dig it out. They'll have another chance to go on the attack. They get their first point. It lands in bounds, courtesy of Maddie Schmidt. And Maddie Schmidt gets the DGF Rebels on the board. It's 4-1. And it'll be Maddie Schmidt going back to serve. She does have an ace tonight. 9 for 9 with 1 ace with that serve there. Smith dug out by Costello. Novello will set it up. Here comes Backus. Sends it over. Dug out there by Kennedy Gray. Beavers sets it up for Scogan. Blocked at the net. And Scogan can't get it back over. It'll be Garrett and Peterson on the block. And the Rebels have cut the lead in half. It's 4-2. Schmidt with her 10th serve of the night. It's over. Strand makes first contact. Now they set it up for Smith. Dug out there by Backus. Back set to the far side. Couldn't quite see who that was. Barnesville keeps it alive. Here's Scogan pushing it over with 2 hands. Novello, now Costello. Bump sets it for Backus. And dug out by Strand. Beaver will set it up middle of the net for Emily Smith. Blocked at the net again. And the Trojans will chase it. And it's 4-3. And now the DGF fans are getting a little more rowdy, and the Barnesville fans have gotten a little bit more silent. That is the student section. Both student sections are right in front of me and below me. Barnesville one's off to the left, same side of the net as Barnesville, and the DGF Rebel student section has packed this visiting student section. Was that tipped? I think it was. No, it wasn't. What I was about to say is DGF has packed the visiting student section for the first time since the Barnesville Sports Arena has been open. No other school has absolutely packed the student section, at least when I've been here, and I've been here often. Peterson bumps it back over. Costello will control it. Novello will set it up through the blockers. Kept alive. Backus sends it to the floor, and we're tied at 4. I take that back. It's 5-4 Barnesville. My apologies. They got up 5-3, and then I forgot to write down the point. So it is 5-4 as Costello sends it over. Peterson gets the kill. Peterson records her 10th kill tonight. 6-4 in favor of Barnesville. Serving now is Emily Smith. That one, did it hit the line? No, it just went over. Point Barnesville, 7-4. Seven attack errors for the Rebels. 4 of those 7 have gone out of bounds. They'll chase after it. Schmidt keeps it alive. Peterson sends it over. Down to the floor. Peterson gets the kill. You see that play 100 times, and only 2 times it's going to hit for a point. And that was one of those 2 times. Costello chases after it. They'll have a chance to send it back over. Now Barnesville has a chance to go on the attack. Riddle blocked at the net. And Riddle's going to get a double touch called. And it's 7-6. It's the second time that DGF's been within a point. They're looking to tie it up here. Beaver sets it up. Belle Peterson kept alive. No, Peterson will get the kill, her 11th of the night. 8-6 as the Barnesville lead increases the 2 once again, and Amelia Newell will go back to serve. 7 for 7 if this one goes over. Blocked at the net. DGF able to keep it alive. They send it back over. Barnesville nearly couldn't get that one over. Bell Peterson free ball. Chance for DGF to go on the attack. Middle of the net. Sent over, kept alive by Newell. Bell Peterson sends it back. Costello digs it out. Iwan sets it up for Backus. Backus dug out by Strand. Newell with a bump set over toward Peterson with two hands. Pushes it back over. Backus bump sets it and tipped at the net. Kept alive. They would have had one extra touch, but Costello sends it over. And now a little miscommunication results in a free ball here. Iwan will set it up. Through the blockers and down, and Layla Fuss records her 10th kill of the night. We said it back in set number 1. Don't count the Rebels out yet, and now you're seeing why I said that. Here's Maddie Schmidt, dug out by Strand. Riddle sends it back. Iwan will set it up for Maddie Schmidt. Out of bounds, or was it tipped? Nope, they're going to give the point to Barnesville. It was not tipped. 9-7. Barnesville up 2 here on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard. Here's the attack. Down to the full. Layla Fuss with another one. Her 11th kill. 9-8. That serve into the net. Barnesville increases their lead back to 2 on that service error. It's the 3rd of the night for the Rebels. And it'll be number 3, Sydney Strand, back to serve for the 8th time this evening. And it goes over. Iwan will set it up. Garrett, middle of the net, sends it over. Scogan keeps it alive. Beaver sends it back. Jumps for it at the net. Beaver controls it. Gray sends it back over. Now they chase after it. And sent over by Maddie Schmidt. Free ball here for the Trojans. Beaver will set it up. Back set here. That is, I believe, Smith. And Smith gets the kill. Emily Smith has recorded her 10th kill tonight. And it's 11-8 and a 3-point advantage here for Barnesville in set 4. As Sydney Strand goes back to serve again. Strand just barely over. Rebels will set it up. Here's Maddie Schmidt. Dug out there by Kennedy Gray. Beaver sets it up and a net violation, I believe. No double touch. Either way, it's a point for DGF. That's only the 2nd touch violation of the night for Barnesville. It's 11-9. Once again, we welcome in the Holly fans who may be tuning in, looking to see who they'll play next. Holly swept Perham tonight in 3. 25-20, 25-16, and 25-20 were the finals at the Hive in Perham. So Perham's season comes to a conclusion. That one out of bounds. It's a point for DGF. 11-10 is our score, and DGF is knocking on the door. I think they originally awarded the point to Barnesville, and now Rumley Beaver will come and have a chat, but I think the call made by the officials was the correct one. From my vantage point, which I have a way up high vantage point, I'm higher up than the official is on the chair, it did look like it landed out of bounds. So we'll see if they reverse the decision or not. Nope, it's going to stay with DGF. And like I said in the beginning, I do believe that was the right call. Serve is over. Here's Beaver with the set. Emily Smith sends it over, diving for it. Nice job there by the Rebels to keep it alive, but they send it out of bounds. And a point for Barnesville. So now it's 12-10. Barnesville in set 3 could never cut the deficit to less than 2. So far, DGF hasn't been able to cut it to less than 1. But don't be surprised if they do cut it to less than 1 and tie this one up. Potentially take the lead. We'll see. Here's Scogan. Over. That one touch. Back blocked at the net by Garrett, and DGF is back within a digit. It's 12-11. Maddie Schmidt back to serve. It's her 11th serve from the service line tonight. Lucy Hilton gets a breather on the bench for the Rebels. That one's up and over. Beaver will set it up. Here's Emily Smith, bumps it over. Costello sets it up. Set up by Novella for Garrett. Garrett dug out by Strand, free ball. Oh, Costello should have let that one go. We'll see if DGF, and no! It's gonna be a point for Barnesville. And if Costello would have let that one go out of bounds, it would have been a tied ball game, but instead it's 13-11. DGF couldn't recover. Not the end of the world. She'll look back at the tape and say, yeah, you're right, Mike. Here's Garrett on the attack. And that's through the blockers and down. It's another kill. This one here for Kaylee Peterson. I have her down for 7 tonight. 13-12, and the Rebels are sticking with Barnesville. Costello back to serve. I have her down for 11. This will be 12 serves tonight. 3 service errors by the Rebels so far this evening. They've also recorded 3 aces on the night. Out of bounds, point Rebels. And we are tied at 13. The last time we had a tie, the score was 3-3 back in set 1. Costello's serve is over. Sent back. DGF controls it. 10-foot line attack from Schmidt, dug out by Strand. Beaver sets it up here for Newell. Costello keeps it alive. Now they'll set it up far side, pushing it over. Peterson was. Back over to the Rebels now. Novella sets it up for Backus, dug out by Strand. Beaver sets it up, 10-foot line attack for number 10, Kenzie Scogan, dug out by Costello. Now bump set, far side attack. And that comes right back to the Rebels on the dig out. Almost a miscommunication. Can they get it back over? No! They cannot. It was that close. And Barnesville retakes the lead. That's the only lead change since set 1 when the score was 3-3 and Barnesville took a 4-3 lead. Now they have a 14-13 lead. Not anymore. We're tied at 14. And DGF is battling to force that 5th set. Both of these teams would love to meet up with Hawley for various reasons. DGF being the underdog, and Barnesville looking for a rematch from last year's semifinal that went to 5 sets, and Hawley just dominated that 5th set last year. That one's out of bounds. It was tipped. It was tipped, and the point goes to the Rebels. And they have the lead here in set 4. Here's Peterson with the serve. Sent over. Peterson bump sets it. Backus on the attack. Strand digs it out. Beaver sets it up for Riddle. Riddle into the net, and the Rebels get the point and take a 2-point lead. 16-14 on the attack error by Barnesville, their 7th of the night. Peterson will serve it up for the 7th time this evening. Serve is over. Scogan makes first contact. Beaver will set it up for Riddle. Riddle sends it over. It's dug out there, and second touch for Backus off the dig out there by Schmidt. Now back over to Barnesville. They have to chase after that one. Free ball coming for DGF. Can they get a 3-point lead? Here's the set by Novella. Backus, blocker, kept alive by Costello at the net. They chase after it. Point Barnesville. 16-15, DGF with the lead. Newell goes back to serve. Newell's serve is over. It is controlled there by Schmidt. Now they set it up for, I believe that's Peterson, dug out by Newell. Beaver sends it over in 2. Backus keeps it alive, sent back over into the corner, out of bounds, and we're tied at 16. So we were tied at 13, tied at 14, and now we're tied at 16. Newell on the serve. 9 for 9. 9 for 9 with an ace. And that is $250 deposited into the best for Bucks fun on the 5th ace of the night for the Barnesville Trojans. Newell sends it over as the Trojans take a 17-16 lead on that ace serve. Sent back, drops in bounds, the kill goes to Bell Peterson. Barnesville retakes a 2-point lead. It's 18-16. Newell, 10 for 10 serving now. Costello controls it. Iwan sets it up. That one sent over and down for the point. It's Layla Fuss. 12 kills tonight, and the Rebels get the serve back, trailing by 1. And the Rebel fans are cheering on their team. Like I said, if you're coming here as a student, they might let you in if you're good buddies, but there's nowhere to sit if you're a DGF student. Beaver sets it up. Riddle sends it over. Kept alive there by, I believe that was Michaela Winter. And it was inbounds. I didn't see who got the kill, but DGF gets the point. And that's what matters the most, I guess, unless you're really, really, really into personal stats, but we're tied at 18. That serve is over. Beaver sends it back over in 2, kept alive. DGF was ready for it. Barnesville was not. And DGF takes the lead at 19-18. And a timeout taken by Coach Askegard and the Trojans. We'll take a timeout with them. 19-18, don't go anywhere. We got an exciting one here as DGF is threatening. We'll see if they can continue when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Newell will set it up near side. Lexi Ballgreen kick, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That holds the Barnesville Trojans within a point. They get the serve back. Inquest works out the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man with a little bit of room. It bounces off the back of the neck of a Barnesville Trojan, and it's intercepted. Gannon Ballgreen will get the deflected pass.
Intercepted on the deflection by number 6, Gannon Ballgreen.
All right, both student section fans are on their feet. The Rebel fans across the way are clapping their hands, cheering on DGF. They are Barnesville's getting out cheered by DGF tonight. There's no doubt about it. 19-18, Rebels have the lead here in set 4. Dugout kept alive. Iwan will set it up for Maddie Schmidt. To the floor, 20-18, the Rebels up 2. Rebels can keep it going. They got the momentum right now. Can they keep it going? Here's the serve. Beaver will set it up for Belle Peterson. Peterson blocked at the net, and it's 21-18. The DGF Rebels take the lead by 3. So out of the timeout, it has been all Rebels. They took that third set 25-20. Serve is over. Kaylee Olsen makes first contact. Beaver back to Olsen, sends it over. Olsen gets a kill. And that will excite the Barnesville fans. 21-19 as Kaylee Olsen gets a kill. Don't say her name too frequently, but it matters right now. Serve from Kennedy Gray. Here's Maddie Schmidt, blocked at the net by Beaver and Riddle. 21-20. Kennedy Gray on the serve. Serve is over. Iwan will set it up Peterson sends it over. Was it in bounds? It was not. We're tied at 21. Tied at 13, 14, 16, 18, and now 21. And Gray sends the serve over. And DGF looking for the lead back. Joust for it at the net. DGF will control it. Iwan will set it up here for Maddie Schmidt. Kaylee Olson digs it out. Sent back over, controlled by Costello. Iwan will set it up. Middle net of the attack. Blocked at the net. Kept alive. Maddie Schmidt sends it back. Kept alive by Gray. Beaver will set it up for Scogan. Scogan sends it over. One-handed dig out. Costello controls it. They send a free ball back over to Barnesville. Touched by Strand. Beaver sets it up for Riddle. Riddle puts it to the floor for the kill. And the Barnesville Trojans take the lead. And DGF will take a timeout. They are down 1. They are 4 away from set 5, and Barnesville's 3 away from a date with Hawley. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. All right, welcome back. It's been a fun one here tonight at the Barnesville Sports Arena, and we're not done yet. Kennedy Gray on her 14th serve of the night for the junior setter for Barnesville. Barnesville up 1. And a free ball sent by Maddie Schmidt. Can Barnesville go up by 2? Here's the setup. Riddle blocked at the net. And it's going to be a double touch, and I think it's a double touch, or will it be a kill for Riddle? I didn't see any touch signal, so we'll give the kill to Riddle. 23-21. DGF needs a point here desperately. Nice dig out by Maddie Schmidt. That was probably the play of the night if the Rebels can come back and win this set. Punch back over. They'll set it up. Here's Schmidt. Blocked at the net. Rebels get another chance. Push it over. Out of bounds. It's match point for Barnesville. And DGF's backs are against the wall now. Costello controls. Iwan sets it up. Michaela Winter gets the kill. And the DGF Rebels stay alive for at least one more point. I have Michaela Winter down for 2 kills tonight. 24-22. Can DGF battle back? Scogan bumps a free ball over. A chance for the Rebels to get one more. Here's Garrett. Down to the floor. Garrett gets DGF back within 1. Garrett has recorded her 10th kill of the night. She's a freshman for DGF, and Barnesville takes a timeout. 24-23. DGF will have the serve, looking to tie when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know that healthy people make healthy communities? It's true. Choosing not to drink alcohol, not to vape, not to smoke, and making the choice to not use drugs are 4 of the best life choices you can make today. Did you also know that over half of your peers are not drinking, vaping, smoking, and are also choosing against drugs? If you are struggling with any of these choices, have a talk with a parent or trusted school staff member. For more information, search Clay County Public Health on Facebook, and remember that healthy people make healthy communities.
If Barnesville scores 1, they'll meet up with Hawley. DGF has to score 3 in a row to win this set. Or they have to score at least 1 to tie it up and force a 26-point set. For the win, Skogan over, kept alive there by DGF. I went on the bump set, and the attack is out of bounds! And Barnesville will get their rematch with the Hawley Nuggets at either most likely Pelican Rapids or Pura. That site has not been officially determined yet. But Barnesville and Hawley will meet again just like they did last year. And an exciting one here. DGF falling a little bit short. But give all the credit in the world to the Rebels. They played their heart outs tonight, and they left it on the floor tonight as they really gave Barnesville a scare there in that 3rd and 4th set. 25-23, Barnesville takes the match, 3 sets to 1. As the two teams will huddle up, DGF's season comes to a conclusion tonight. 10-20 overall on the year. But as I said in the pregame show, that win-loss record is not a true reflection of this team. They played fantastic towards the end of the regular season, getting that hard-fought 3-1 win over Pelican Rapids. And they almost forced a set 5 here tonight in Barnesville, but the Barnesville Trojans and the Hawley Nuggets will play for the subsection championship and a chance to play either one of 4 teams from the 8AA North. Let's see here. Playing tonight, let me take a look at the bracket. I have it printed out. Roseau is playing Park Rapids, and East Grand Forks is playing Thief River Falls. I don't have updates. Well, let's see if I have an update. Roseau has defeated Park Rapids 3 sets to 2. So that's 3 sets to 2. So Roseau advances to the semifinals on the 8A North. And let's see if I can get a score from that other one or not. East Grand Forks with a 3-0 sweep tonight over Thief River Falls. So it'll be East Grand Forks and Roseau in the subsection North Championship, and it will be Barnesville and Hawley in the subsection South Championship. So Barnesville, Hawley, Roseau, and East Grand Forks are just 2 wins away from the 2022 state volleyball tournament. And we will have the Barnesville-Hawley game. Once we find out the location, we'll have that Barnesville-Hawley game live here on Magnitude Sports. And that is on November 3rd. So that is what? Just about 5 days away approximately. So Barnesville-Hawley, November 3rd. Roseau and EGF also on November 3rd. It'll have a 7 o'clock start. The location not officially decided yet, but we have a guess that it'll either be at Perham or it'll be in Pelican Rapids. That's our 2 guesses. And who knows? I might have a 3rd guess that I'm unaware of, and they will totally flip the tables on me. They seem to do that. They like to listen to my broadcast, and then they're like, oh, that's what Mike said, let's change it up. So that's our guesses on the location for Barnesville and Hawley. Let's take a break and come back and look at the numbers, add everything up, and put a conclusion here to this one when we come back in a moment. Once again, Barnesville wins it 3 sets to 1, 25-13, 25-16, 20-25, and 25-23. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Established in 1989, the charitable mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office, and the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
All right, welcome back here to the Barnesville Sports Arena. It was a fantastic match tonight between two really good volleyball teams, and Barnesville just a little bit better in the end there, as the Rebels had a very tough sets 1 and 2, and then they came back strong and made a statement. They got a 1-0 lead in set 3, and they never gave the lead up. Barnesville never cut it to less than a 2-point deficit in set 3. Barnesville scored the first point in set 4, build that lead to 4-0, and DGF would battle back to make it 4-3 before Barnesville scored again. Let's go back to set 1. So it was Barnesville striking first, and then DGF would tie it at 1-1. Barnesville would take the lead. DGF would tie it at 2-2. Barnesville would take the lead. DGF would tie it at 3-3. And then Barnesville would take the lead at 4-3 and never give the lead up after that. They would make it 5-3. DGF would score to make it 5-4. Barnesville would score points 6, 7, and 8 before DGF made it 8-5 and then 8-6. And then Barnesville scored point number 9. DGF scored point 7 to make it 9-7 to trim the lead to 3 for Barnesville. Barnesville would score points 10, 11, and 12 before DGF scored again to make it 12-8. Then it was 13-8, 14-8, 14-9, 14-10, 15-10, 16-10, 16-11, 17-11, and at that point a timeout would be called by DGF. Coming out of the timeout, Barnesville would score the next 2 to increase the lead to 19-11. DGF would cut it to 19-12. Barnesville would score points 20, 21, and 22, and then DGF would score to make it 22-13, and then Barnesville would close out set 1 with the next 3 points to make the 25-13 victory. We'd come out in set 2. Barnesville would jump out to a 2-0 lead before DGF would score to make it 2-1. Barnesville would build that 2-1 lead all the way up to 8-1 before DGF scored to make it 8-2. Barnesville 9-2, and then DGF would start to collect some points, scoring points 3 and 4 to cut the deficit down to 9-4. Barnesville would build that lead up to 11-4 before DGF scored to make it 11-5, and then they would also score point number 6. DGF would double up at 12-6, 13-6, 14-6 before DGF scored to trim the lead in half at 14-7. Barnesville would score 15. DGF would score point 8, and then Barnesville would double up at 16-8. DGF would score the next 2 to trim the deficit down to 16-10. Barnesville would build that lead up to 18-10 before DGF scored again to make it 18-11. Then Barnesville would go on to score points 19, 20, 21, and 22 before DGF scored again to make the score 22-12. Barnesville would score the next 2 to bring it set point at 24-12. DGF had a little bit of a spurt there as they scored points 13, 14, 15, and 16 to cut the lead to 24-16 before Barnesville would wrap it up at 25-16 in the second set. We'd move to the first set, and it'd be DGF striking first, and they'd build the lead to 2-0 before Barnesville would score to make it 2-1. And then DGF would take the 2-1 lead and build it to 5-1 before Barnesville scored again to make it 5-2. And then DGF would take that 5-2 lead and build it to 10-2 before Barnesville scored again to make it 10-3. And then Barnesville would score points 3 and 4 before DGF scored to make it 11-4. Barnesville would score point 5, DGF would score point 12, and build that 12-5 lead up to a 13-5 lead before DGF would trim the lead down to 13-7. DGF would score point 14, and Barnesville would score the next point to make it 14-8. And then DGF would get the next point to make it 15-8. Barnesville 9, 10, and 11, and 12 to trim the deficit down to 15-12. At that point, DGF would call a timeout. They would come out of the timeout and score the next point to increase the lead back to 4 at 16-12. And then Barnesville would score points 13 and 14 to trim the deficit down to 2 before DGF built the lead back up to 18-14. And then Barnesville would score to make it 18-15. 19-15 DGF. They would also score point 20 and then Barnesville would trim the lead down to 20-16, and then also score points 17, 18, and 19. 20-19, so I guess I was wrong. They did get it to 1. I thought they didn't get it under 2 in set 3, but they did get it to a 1-point deficit at 20-19. And then DGF would score points 21, 22, and 23 to make it 23-19. Barnesville would score point 20, and then DGF would wrap it up and score the next 2 to take set 3, 25-20. Barnesville would strike first and build the lead to 4-0 in set 4 before DGF got on the board, and they would score the next 3 to trim the lead down to 4-3. Barnesville would score, and the DGF would score, and then Barnesville would score, and they would continue to trade points until Barnesville led 7-4. And then DGF would score the next 2 to trim the lead down to 7-6. Barnesville 8-6, DGF 8-7, Barnesville 9-7, DGF 9-8, Barnesville 10-8, and then Barnesville would score point 11 as well, and then DGF would trim it down to 11-9 and 11-10, and then Barnesville would get the point back to get the 2-point lead back, but DGF came right back to trim it down to 12-11, and they would continue to trade points until they were tied at 13, tied at 14, continued to trade points until they were tied at 16. Then Barnesville took an 18-16 lead, so they scored 2 in a row, and then DGF scored 3 in a row to take a 4 in a row, 5 in a row actually, to take a 21-18 lead. Barnesville would score let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They would score 6 in a row after being down 21-18. They would score 6 in a row to take a 24-21 lead. DGF would score 2 to trim the lead down to 24-23. And then a high ball out of bounds would give the Barnesville Trojans the win at 25-23, and they'd take the match 3-1. So as I said, DGF battled. They struggled in those first 2 sets immensely, but they certainly turned it around in set 3 and set 4, and they came that close to forcing a set 5, but just a mental mistake here and a mental mistake there, and that's the 2-point difference in set 4. Just a couple mental mistakes. They just calm down a little bit and make one less mental mistake. We'd probably be playing set 5 right now, but that was the difference in this one. So if you're the Hawley Nuggets, the last time Hawley and Barnesville played, it went to set 5, and Hawley took it in set 5. But that was another game where Barnesville made some mental mistakes, and they couldn't quite close the gap. They certainly had the momentum in set 4 and a good chunk of set 5. But at one point, Hawley got up by 3, then Hawley got up by 6, and by the time Hawley got up by 6 in set 5, it was a little too much for Barnesville to overcome, and Hawley would take that match. So, maybe a 5-set match again like it was last year, but the difference from last year is there's a lot of different players on the Barnesville team this year than there was last year. So, this match between Hawley and Barnesville could go 5 sets, but who's going to win it? Will it be Hawley? Will they have a similar game like they did earlier in the season when Barnesville was kind of just not really struggling, but they were just trying to find the upward track of their season at that point. That was still early in the season. I believe it was the 3rd game Barnesville played. Let me look. Yeah, back on September 8th. Barnesville was 1-1 going into that match when they would lose in 5 sets to Hawley. A game in Hawley. Now it's at a neutral court. And you could flip the coin 10 times based upon what I've seen from Barnesville this year, and I've watched a handful of Hawley matches this year. You could flip the coin 10 times, and if those 2 teams played 10 times, both teams would probably win 5 of them. So it's going to be a very entertaining matchup on November 3rd between the 2. I have no idea who's favored in that one right now. I'd have to dig deeper into the Hawley matchup, or what Hawley's done. I mean, I've paid close attention, but not as much as I know what Barnesville has done for obvious reasons. But that one could be a very entertaining match. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that one does go to 5. Then again, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Hawley swept it in 3, because I wasn't expecting them to sweep it in 3 tonight. once again, I kind of had the same analogy between Perham and Hawley. Perham and Hawley, you could flip the coin 10 times, and I think what I said in my text message to someone is that Perham might get 6 of those coin flips. Well, Hawley certainly proved me wrong tonight as they took care of business in 3, and now they'll have another tough task against a Barnesville team that's on an upward projection right now as they close out the regular season and head into the playoffs. And they'll get that rematch against Hawley that they had in the exact same matchup last year. We'll see if it's in the exact same location or not. But I know Barnesville would like to erase that set 5 from memory from last year's matchup with Hawley, and we'll see what happens here on November 3rd. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at some individual stats, select your Barnesville Drug and Hardware player of the game, and we'll wrap it up here in a moment on Magnitude Sports. Don't go anywhere. We're back in a moment.
Did you know that healthy people make healthy communities? It's true. Choosing not to drink alcohol, not to vape, not to smoke, and making the choice to not use drugs are 4 of the best life choices you can make today. Did you also know that over half of your peers are not drinking, vaping, smoking, and are also choosing against drugs? If you are struggling with any of these choices, have a talk with a parent or trusted school staff member. For more information, search Clay County Public Health on Facebook, and remember that healthy people make healthy communities.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back to the Barnesville Sports Arena where the Trojans pick up the victory over the DGF Rebels tonight. Let's go over some individual numbers here. We'll start with the visiting DGF Rebels. Layla Fuss and Aria Garrett. Fuss, a junior, Garrett, a freshman, had a majority of the points tonight here for DGF. Lucy Hilton, I had her down for 2 points. Maddie Schmidt, I had her down for 4 points. 4 points, 2 aces, 2 kills. I'll get it right. Michaela Winter had a pair of kills. Camelia Costello had an ace. Lindsay Novella had numerous sets to Fuss and Garrett tonight, and she also contributed with a kill of her own. Peyton Backus had 2 kills and an ace. Layla Fuss had 12 kills unofficially according to my numbers. Kaylee Peterson had a good night with 7 kills and an assisted block. Aria Garrett with 10 kills and 2 blocks. 3 blocks. I miscounted my numbers there. 3 blocks. So 10 kills, 3 blocks for the freshman Aria Garrett for the DGF Rebels as their season comes to a conclusion with an overall record of 10 wins and 20 losses. For the Barnesville Trojans, Belle Peterson with a block and an assisted block and tack on 12 kills. Kennedy Gray with a pair of kills and an ace. Amelia Newell had her down for a kill and 2 aces. Kaylee Olsen had a kill. Rumley Beaver had 2 aces and a pair of blocks. Amelia Newell also had 2 assisted blocks. Kenzie Scogan had 2 points off 2 kills. Emily Smith, 10 kills and 3 blocks. Emily Riddle with 12 kills and 3 blocks. And that's your unofficial individual numbers for the Barnesville Trojans. DGF, I had them down for a total of 8 attack errors. 5 of those 8 are balls sent out of bounds. They had 3 service errors tonight, no net violations, 5 touch violations, no rotation violations. Barnesville had 7 attack errors with 2 of them going out of bounds. They had 1 service error tonight, 5 net violations, 2 touch violations, and no rotation violations. And that's your team numbers unofficially here for this matchup here between the Barnesville Trojans and the DGF Rebels. Time now to select a player of the game. We're going to go with 1 from each side here. And it's really, really hard to pick that player of the game from DGF. I'm going to go with a dual players of the game for DGF. I'm going to give an honorable mention to Aria Garrett. She had a big night middle of the net, just pounding them down, getting the blocks. She did absolutely fabulous. And Layla Fuss also had also had a big night from the middle of the net, and even a couple outside kills too. And I'm throwing Maddie Schmidt into the mix here as well. She only had 2 kills, 2 aces, and went a perfect 11-11 from the service line. But she had a stat that I don't keep track of, but it's worthy of being mentioned. She had so many dig-outs tonight that prevented points for Barnesville. And she had a couple of huge ones in the 3rd and 4th period. So, or 3rd and 4th sets. So even though she only had 2 kills and 2 aces and was perfect from the service line, I'm going with Maddie Schmidt because even though she wasn't the highest scorer for DGF, she certainly pumped the momentum into DGF. And I'm not saying that she's the only one who pumped momentum into DGF, but she had some huge plays that kept DGF in a few of those volleys, and DGF was able to get points on most of those volleys that Maddie Schmidt was able to save. So on the DGF side, we're going to go with Maddie Schmidt, our player of the game, and honorable mentions to Layla Fuss and Aria Garrett. Like I said, nothing against the offensive powerhouses there for Fuss and Garrett, but I just like what I saw from Maddie Schmidt tonight defensively for the DGF Rebels, even though they fell short tonight. On the flip side for Barnesville, I think it's going to be another one of those situations where it's not necessarily the offensive numbers, because I think it was in the 3rd set that I made a comment that I had said a particular person's name more tonight than I had on any other night. And, you know, Emily Riddle I had her down for 12 kills. Emily Smith, I had her down for 10 kills. Belle Peterson, I had her down for 12 kills. That's a total of 10, 20, 30. That's a total of 34 kills. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, this is another stat I don't keep track of here, but I'm pretty sure on those 34 kills, I called Rumley Beaver's name at least 27 times, maybe 30. And with that said, even though she wasn't the highest scorer, I had her down for 2 aces, perfect 7 of 7 from the not from the free throw line, I'm thinking basketball already, from the service line. And she also had a pair of blocks tonight. And the blocks are not really the stats that I see when I look at Rumley Beaver's section of my stat book. So we're going to go with Rumley Beaver. Honorable mentions to Riddle and Peterson, but we're going to go with Rumley Beaver as their player of the game tonight. Once again, 7 of 7 from the service line, 2 blocks, 2 aces, and at least 27 to 30 sets on those 34 kills by Peterson, Smith, and Riddle. So we're going to go with Rumley Beaver, your player of the game for Barnesville, and we're going to go with Maddie Schmidt, your player of the game for the DGF Rebels. So that sets up the Barnesville Trojans and the DGF Rebels. And also from the 8AA North side, we do know that it is going to be Roseau taking on East Grand Forks in the subsection North Championship. That are the semifinals of the 8AA tournament. Tonight was officially the quarterfinals of the tournament and the semifinals of the subsection. I know that can be a lot to say and a lot to throw on your mind. So the winner of Roseau and EGF will play the winner of Barnesville Holly for a chance to go to the state tournament here coming up, and that it'll be November 3rd, and then 2 days later they'll play. The winners of the November 3rd games will play on November 5th for a chance to go to the state tournament. So it's down to Roseau, EGF, Barnesville, and Holly in 8AA girls volleyball. As I flip it over, Holly coming into tonight was 17-10 overall, 11-4 in section. With their win over Perham, they moved to 18-10 overall. They'll face Barnesville with a win tonight, who is now 18-9 overall. So Barnesville's only lost 2 games in section play. And let me scroll through here. They lost to Perham on October 4th, and they lost to Holly on September 8th. So the last 3 times that Barnesville's met up with Holly, Holly's won, at least as far as the regular season. I think there may have been like a 2-set tournament where Barnesville may have picked up a win. I'm not 100% sure. But as far as the regular season matchups go, Holly's won the last 3 against Barnesville. So Barnesville is really going to be looking forward to that matchup, seeing if they can pick up a win, and it should be a good one. Once again, 9-2 section play, 12-4 section play. So Barnesville's 9-2, Holly's 12-4 in section play. The 2 teams overall have only Holly's played one more game than Barnesville has this year. Holly 18-10, Barnesville 18-9. Should be a fun matchup. I think a lot of people expected Perm to be in that matchup, but Holly really stepped up to the plate tonight and said, hey, don't forget about us, kind of like they did last year when they said, hey, let's take care of Breckenridge and say, don't forget about us. And Holly went on to the state tournament. Of course, Breckenridge playing in a different section, so Breckenridge went on to the state tournament as well. So Holly looking to make a back-to-back trips to the state tournament, while Barnesville, EGF, and Roseau are going to look to prevent Holly from going to the back-to-back state tournaments. But it starts with Barnesville, and then Holly or Barnesville will worry about who they got to play after that as soon as they resolve their differences on the volleyball court. So it should be a fun one. It's November 3rd. It'll be live here on Magnitude Sports. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight here as the gym is cleared out. Your final score once again, the Barnesville Trojans 3-1 over the DGF Rebels 25-13, 25-16, 20-25, and 25-23. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you again. 2 o'clock kickoff, the Barnesville Trojans and the Frazee Hornets just down the road here from the Barnesville Sports Arena. 2 o'clock kickoff live on Magnitude Sports. Join us then. Until then, have a good night.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and visit our website at magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.